right. So, hi, I'm here with Jon, the CEO of Oomiji, one of our very first customers, actually. Yeah, Jon, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. Well, I am CEO and founder of Oomiji, which is a customer insights engagement platform. So, as opposed to basing engagement on when people open up their emails and uh, what days, what topic, what we do is we build out personas of brands' customers so that a brand can engage them based on who they are, what they believe, and why they believe it. So the brands can segment their customers based on perceptions, sentiment, emotions, motivations, and interests.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think talking with a bunch of your clients, we've seen that, they always want to be able to connect their Oomiji platform with whatever other tools they're using. So I'd love to hear more about the specific pain points or challenges that you were facing or your users were facing that led you to search for an integration solution like Endgrate.
Well, one of the issues that we were having is that we were talking to companies that would say, we're already using HubSpot, and they would, even though we offer a lot of advantages over a HubSpot or a MailChimp or SurveyMonkey or whatever, because we combine all of those platforms, they were reluctant to make a complete change. So integrations have become very important to us because that's removed that obstacle from the whole sales process. And we just had a call the other day with someone that was using a different platform. And as soon as we showed them the integrations, that helped make the sale.
Yeah, that's awesome. So before finding Endgrate, what was the process like of creating new integrations? Because I remember that you said that your dev team gave you like very, very long engineering cycle estimates on creating integrations. So can you just explain exactly what you were thinking in regards to that?
Well, we knew that we were going to need integrations, but our dev team, well, they've done a great job building the platform, had some experience with building integrations, but not that much. And so they were looking at per integration a 3 to 4 week timeline and a significant expense that would go with each integration. So, it's been so easy to do with you guys, and so that's made a big difference.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about what Endgrade does, just for anyone who's watching. Essentially, what we do is we allow companies like Oomiji to connect once to our platform and instantly gain access to over 100 integrations that we already have pre-built out. So we handle the authentication, we handle all the infrastructure around rate limiting and data transformation. And whenever companies need new integrations, they can just let us know and we build it out for them at no cost. So could you share like an example of a specific integration that Endgrate has improved or streamlined for you? It could be like an integration request that you guys had, or just a specific integration that you think was really valuable to your users.
Well, one of the things that I think has been really important for us is customer service from Endgrate. And you guys have been there whenever we've needed you. You've even participated in calls where we didn't understand some aspect of a technical solution that somebody was talking about with us, and you've participated on those, and that has helped enormously. So, and customer service is really, really important. We do a lot of work in the wine industry, and so we wanted to have an integration to Wine Direct, and we couldn't have done that without you. We couldn't have even gotten them to go along with it without you. And it was they have some fairly strict requirements for having partnerships. And so we had to show our wine experience and wine background and wine clients. And you guys were there to make it happen very quickly.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback. And I think that Wine Direct is like an excellent example of an integration where it was very much more involved than your typical integration. Just to give a little bit of context, so Wine Direct is a wine marketing CRM, I guess. And essentially, Oomiji's customers wanted Wine Direct in their system so they could import their contacts and companies into Oomiji and get the value that Oomiji adds for the marketing platform. And the problem was that Wine Direct was very, very stringent on allowing people access to their API. So yeah, we were there to try to, streamline the process. We were talking to people from Wine Direct, and we hopped on calls with Jon and some Wine Direct representatives to eventually get access to those sandboxes and those permissions needed to build out the entire integration. And I think that was around the time where you issued the press release, right, about the new Wine Direct integration. So hopefully your customers are enjoying it.
Yeah, and we're getting a good response from that, and sales are building as well, and the integrations have definitely helped.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm wondering if there's any like initial concerns or hesitations that you had before using Endgrate. So were there any like concerns you had, like maybe you were iffy about onboarding onto the platform? And if so, how do you think we address those concerns?
I think that, we started working with you when I think you were in a pilot stage. And I think that you were both so open to what our platform does and to our needs, and working to make everything function smoothly, that there was always a reassurance for that. And as I said before, you've always been available to it. And if we have said we could use an integration to whatever, some other platform, you've immediately jumped on that. And I know those kinds of requests become more difficult to address as you get larger. I hope that continues. I'm guessing it will, because both you and Miles have been great to work with.
Yeah, thanks so much for the reassurance. Yeah, again, we really pride ourselves on a kind of like a white glove solution and white glove support for all of our customers. Even now, we're working on onboarding new customers and they request new integrations, and we want to, be that priority for them. So we want to get, integrations out as fast as possible, and really just talk closely with the customers and like understand, their core needs and exactly why they need like a specific integration. So yeah, could you talk about like perhaps like maybe like some unexpected benefits that you discovered while using Endgrate that maybe you didn't even know about before, onboarding onto the platform?
Well, I think I'm going to go back to your availability and customer service, because that isn't also, you always hope for that, but it isn't necessarily going to come along. Now, I think other unexpected things have been how quickly you've been able to create integrations. They run very smoothly with everything that we've done so far. If there have been glitches, you've been there to fix them right away. You've worked very smoothly and interacted with our dev firm as well, which is in India, which doesn't always make it easy because of the time zone changes and to a certain extent cultural changes. And you've given us good advice, which you always like to have on other issues. We have one client that is building a mobile app and wanted access to the platform, and I think you've given us very good advice as to how to handle that. And the integration has allowed them to do what they want to do without breaking any security or privacy concerns that we've had.
Yeah, I think we really pride ourselves on security. One of the more core aspects of our platform is the fact that like we don't store any data. We only keep it for 72 hours and it's automatically deleted. And we really take personally identifiable information very seriously. Like we encrypt all data at rest in transit, just so that you can be essentially certain that data is secure and where you want it to be. Yeah, just to wrap things up, I think some other integrations that we've discussed include like Shopify. I think Shopify Get Customers was a big one. Wine Direct probably definitely was the biggest one, but like some miscellaneous ones that I think we worked on with you guys were SendGrid, and I believe it was MailChimp as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, as your needs evolve, do you think that Endgrate has the flexibility to kind of like adapt and continue supporting your end goals?
Well, everything we've seen so far is validation for that. So I don't have any concerns in that regard. And there even, there's some issues with applying AI to our ability to take language from people and understand that, where you've given us some advice, which has been very good in that area. So all of that has been very helpful in what we're doing.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I think, yeah,
But
we were discussing like AI and enrichment stuff. So yeah, just always open to, more feature requests or anything you need from us. Um,
one
yeah.
other thing that I'll add is that, and I think, as you know, we're out pitching investors to raise capital, and it's made a big difference with them to see all the integrations as well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a two-pronged sword where like you have your customers who need integrations and you can get value from them by onboarding very easily if they need like an integration to even get started onto the Oomiji platform. And also like investor insurance, when you have investors that are very, pleased with the fact that you have all these integrations at pretty much, very little extra cost to your development time. So yeah, I think those two aspects are really important, and we're very glad to be able to provide them to Oomiji.
Yeah. Well, we're very happy with our relationship with Endgrate, and look forward to it continuing.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Oomiji? If anything pops up where people need marketing all-in-one solutions.
Well, I think yesterday I just did a demo for three people for a company that's in mergers and acquisitions and strategy development, um, and also works with a lot of VCs. And they looked at our platform and they said they've never seen anything like it before. And I think that's because we've integrated 5 functions that are typically bought separately onto one platform. And that also makes integrations even more important.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's definitely very true, especially with all the, features of Oomiji. It just becomes, 10x, 100x even more valuable as you, add more integrations to the platform. So yeah, thanks so much for hopping on this interview, John. And yeah, I hope we can continue our relationship. And thanks so much for sharing a little bit about our relationship with the audience.
You're welcome.
All right, talk to you soon, John.